be okay because we'll end up doing it eventually. So you just be commentating for 10 minutes, then you'll go and deal for 20 minutes, and then you'll come back and such and such.
Yeah, Dennis just added just in the chat.
Alright, cool.
I'll go find.
Yeah, right.
Plenty of banter. I got called every time I got called Fat Homer Simpson.
So basically, when you want to start the stream again,
Yep.
you click the top option on here where it says scene, click
Yeah.
that, and then you also need to click up on here as well.
So
Why isn't the music playing anymore?
Right, I crashed. Standard.
Come on, get higher than that, man.
One more time.
Right. Come on, 3, 2, 1.
Need that sweet, sweet ad block.
Why don't you have ad blocker?
Yeah, no, he's like raise 125, bet 125 block.
We'll be right back.
sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Hi guys, we're back up again. This is just, ignore this is just a test of the flop count to make sure it's all aligned. I'm back. I'm here with James Bale.
Hello everyone.
If the seats for the final table are in seat 1, we've got our very own Mr. Kieran Fitzharris, who's chairman of the society this year. In seat 2, we have David Long, who was on the the camera table before, as you saw, who did very well at the camera table. Seat 3, Kate de Mayhon Weatherly, who's a second year at UClan Poker Society. Seat 4 is the alumni Mark Smurthwaite, also known as Smurf. He's an alumni, he's been coming here for quite a few years. Seat 5 is Jacob Moore, who's also second year like Kate, here at UClan Poker Society. Seat 6 is alumni again, Glenn Eastham, he's been coming here quite a few years as well. Seat 7, Jacob Georgiadas, who's another second year at UClan Poker Society. And finally, seat 8 is Dan Penrice. He's a third year at UClan Poker Society. So I believe the action's going to be starting up in just a couple of minutes, while they sort the cameras out.
Yeah, we're running a lot deeper structure in this final table. Basically, the first one was just satellite hyper turbo structure. It's going to be 20-minute blinds and then 15.
Yeah, the first two levels are
yeah.
20 minutes and after that 15 minutes. Simon Stephen, who you saw in the booth before, is our dealer. You can see his hands there, messing with
It's
the
very
card.
angelic hands.
And very angelic hands from Simon Stephen. He's just shuffling. Oh, I see we've got another donator. Sorry, I missed that. £24 now raised to prostate cancer awareness. H. Jennings, the boss Kieran, is in seat 1, where the dealer button is, just to the left of the little camera on the table there. That's Kieran Fitzharris, our lovely chairman. Glenn wants to know, yes Adam, Glenn is a nutter. You can't see him, but he's actually wearing a hoodie with his hood up and sunglasses, taking it very seriously on this final table.
Yeah, he went through on my heat, him and Kate. We got down to 3-handed and I bubbled. Just pretty standard. I just shoved like 3 big blinds into Kate's big blind, and then she had 8s, and then just she didn't knock me out, but I was down to vapors, and then. But I guess, but it looks like we're starting the hand here.
Is it starting?
I think it looks like we're starting, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we're
Getting
off.
some action underway.
Kieran obviously at seat 1, so he's starting on the button.
Yeah.
Everyone's starting with a 10k start stack,
So
and the blinds at 25.50.
The action will be on Kate, I believe. No, sorry, it'll be on Smurf.
Yeah, Kate's the big blind, and
yeah,
Smurf
has folded.
Yeah.
Looks like Jacob Moore might be counting at a raise to 125. It looks like.
125, yeah.
Looks like Mr. Eastham has called.
So we've got 2 calls.
2 calls, yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. So
and it's a 3-bet to 600. It looks like from Dan Penrice, I think it is. Yeah, Dan Penrice is 3-bet to 600.
So Jacob's open with Jack 10 suited to 125, and then Glenn with the Ace 5's called, and Jacob Georgias with King 10's also called, and
Dan with Ace Queen suited is 3-bet.
I believe he has the Jacob's Jack 10 suits dominated as well. So.
Ooh, that's grim.
Yeah. So
Jack 10 suited is a very good hand there. It's a very reasonable hand to be defending to a 3-bet as well, especially so deep. It's got a lot of potential. Very deep. It's just a very, very good hand. So it comes Queen, Queen 8,
So obviously,
So obviously Dan Penrice has got a massive lock on the hand
great
now.
flop. So and leaving Jacob only to a 4
He
out
just
of 10.
does have a good shot, so he might stick around.
Let's see what Dan
Does he
does.
doesn't have backdoor flush draw, does he? So
No.
I reckon it'll just go probably bet fold, check bet fold here quite a lot. He might see a float, but
Depends on the side. It looks. Has he bet? Is that the bet?
I think it was a bet of 760 on the flop apparently, according to these updates.
I don't think he's putting any chips in yet. I think he's still thinking. Oh, no,
Yeah, he has bet, and then J fold. I thought that was pretty standard. I don't think you can really do a lot with Jack 10 on a paired board there. No backdoor spades, nothing. It's pretty standard. Obviously, a great flop for Dan. A nice little squeeze spot as well with ace queen suited. Very pretty hand. So yeah, it's a pretty standard hand. We'll move on to the next one. How did you get on in your heats this morning? This evening.
I had pocket jacks 4 times.
Really?
And every time David Long flopped a set of 8s.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, no, he did 2 of the times.
Oh.
One time I paid him off.
Right.
And the second time I folded because it was an ace high flop.
Ah, fair enough.
So I got away from that reason, and it turned out he flopped a set.
Right.
Jacks again against Mr. Conor O'Rourke, who managed to bluff me off with 3-4 suited on another ace high board, but he actually had a good shot straight flush draw.
Very nice.
So very interesting table, and I ended up shoving into the blinds with an ace-6 suited and the small blind, which was Laura, woke up with pocket queens.
That's standard.
So it's a pretty standard spot.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that, is there? So also we've got 7-4, King 10, 9s here.
That's a seat
Ace
2.
King as well. Oh, that's big hands out.
Kieran there with Ace King off
Yep.
in the seat 1, and then the button, which is David Long, who we saw before, it's pocket 9s on the button.
Yep. So I reckon we're going to see a raise from Kieran.
Yes.
Maybe a 3-bet or probably a flat, I would imagine, in position with 9s. There's no need to get frisky this deep. Yep, looks like a flat. And King 10 probably will get involved as well, I would imagine. Yeah, it looks like they're all in 7-4. Is that 7-4 suited or 7-4 offsuit? I think it might be offsuit. I think
It's offsuit. So we
yeah.
got one. I think it was made 125 pre,
Yeah.
and then we're seeing a flop of Ace
Ace Deuce 5.
with 2
So obviously
clubs.
Ace King's got a massive lock on this hand.
With the Ace of clubs as well.
I would
so
imagine it's
flop and
probably
a
just going to
flush.
be check, bet, fold.
It probably will be.
I don't think 9s can do much multi-way. They might see a turn, but I
Kieran-
guess you could argue that you have to see a turn once you've flatted pre. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can flat.
Kieran's got a very good image of the table.
I think in position actually you do have to take one off with 9s once you flatted play. I think so. It comes a 4 club. So Kieran again's got a massive lock now.
Example,
9's down to 1
A
out.
gut shot straight flush draw for Kieran. I
So
believe.
I think Kieran will bet here again. There's no reason not to really.
He's blocking all the flushes. So it's just
He bets. Let's see what he bets on. He bets 1,050 on the turn apparently. Looks like 9s might be counting out a raise.
nice Casio watch, Kieran. Yes, it is a nice watch. There, Duncan Sim. Nice looking watch.
Is that 9s counting out a raise? I think it is, isn't it? 9s have raised the turn.
Looks like 3,500. I
That's
doubt Kieran's folding here with the
yeah, he won't be folding.
with the Ace of clubs.
Why
and
is
the
he
nutters.
re-raised or is he just? I think he
No,
re-raised.
That's a flat.
As a flat call.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see the river, and the river is
Yeah.
it is the
club.
club.
Yeah.
But it's
9
also,
of clubs.
It's
Wow.
also give David Long a set of
Wow.
9s. But I
I
don't
don't
know.
think he'll go too crazy, will he?
David could get away. Goes
Check.
Wow.
Kieran wins. Yeah. There you go.
Not flush against the set.
I don't.
Very,
It's a bit of an odd play from 9s there. I don't really know what he's trying to achieve. I think he's not really getting any hands to fold, and the only hands that continue against him just have him absolutely crushed. Obviously, like flushes, like ace X of clubs, things like that. I don't like it. I think you just check. You can check call. You can call a flop and then just fold the turn. There's no need to go crazy.
David showed some good
Yeah,
skills before,
yeah.
but it's still a fresher.
Yeah,
option,
it's
so
understandable, isn't it? Yeah,
He doesn't quite know the other players as well as
Yeah,
some of the others. But I think he's the only fresher on the table,
Yeah.
so he
Is
doesn't
he
know.
really? Wow.
Yeah, so he doesn't know the rest of the people's play like everyone else does. Like people like Glenn and Martin, not Martin, sorry, Glenn and Mark Smurthwaite.
Yeah,
Who have been here coming
both
for a
quite
while,
loose
so
players
they're
as
gonna know everyone's play
Yeah.
a bit better than David will. So he's
I'd say Glenn is probably the favourite to take this down. I'd say Kieran and Mark are probably close behind, but I'd say Glenn's probably the best player at the table. So we've got King Queen suited, I think, here, and we've got a few other playable hands. I think it was like Jack 10 suited as well.
again,
Ace 10.
dominated suit.
Yeah. So some playable hands here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of people sticking around.
See what the action is there.
So it looks like what's going on. So I think it's gone a raise from King 10,
King 10 in the buttons raised.
and then King Queen is flatted.
Small blind. No.
Or was it an open from Ace 10 under the
Yeah,
gun?
open from Ace 10.
And then King 10 is called on the button, King Queen, and then Jack Ace 10 of all. Sorry, Jack 10 suited of all
I've got
called.
a Jack High flop with 2 spades, so Jack 10 in the lead at the
Yep.
moment. Backdoor club draw for the King Queen of clubs and the
Backdoor
Jack 10
straight
clubs,
draw as well. So.
and a backdoor straight draw as well.
I don't see Ace 10 continuing here that often into 3 opponents. I think.
King Queen is folded, obviously only a backdoor flush.
So, yeah.
So it leaves Jack 10 and King 10.
Okay.
King 10 will obviously bet, and then Jack 10's called, and then
Yep.
that's a pretty brooky turn.
Yeah.
5 hearts.
Probably go check a lot here, I would imagine.
Yeah. With the players, it's Kate with the King 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
she
Jack
folds.
10 takes it down. Yeah.
And then
That's
Jack 10,
pretty
which
standard,
is Glenn.
Yep.
Yeah, so Glenn's the 10 on
Yeah.
As you
Standard.
said before, Glenn, a very good player.
Mm.
Uh,
I think what happened. I think Glenn might have let out, and then Kate might have flatted on the button.
that's possible.
And that's what
yeah.
looked like happened. Because obviously Glenn was in the big blind, so I imagine he led out, and they led the turn as well, and Kate just passed, which is fair enough. I mean, it's okay.
Simon shuffling those cards very well there. Simon will be back in the booth very shortly. We're doing a bit of a rotation thing, so everyone gets a chance of commentating. So
Yeah.
in a couple of minutes, I'll be heading off, and Simon will be coming in, and then Simon James Bailey for a bit. But for now, let's see if we get any action this hand. I can already see a couple of aces on the whole card canvas.
Indeed.
Ace 7 and
Ace
an
3
Ace 3.
suited. Pocket. Is that pocket? Oh no, it's not pocket 8. Sorry.
A Jack 10 again. Jack 10
Yeah,
coming up
lots of
quite
Jack
a lot, yeah.
10s, Queen Jack as well.
A couple of queens out, 3 jacks out, and there's 2 aces gone already. So what are big cards?
Who's got Queen? Who's it with Queen Jack?
Queen Jack
Is it Glenn?
Glenn, and
Yeah.
then
And
Jacob George after an Ace 3.
Okay. Right. So it looks like Jack 10's open on the button. I think.
Let's see.
And then I think it's gone call.
Let's have a look at the flop here. Simon deals out in the 10.
King. Yeah.
King
So
deuce.
Queen Jack's up and down.
So
Jack 10's
not much for the Ace 3 here, so
Ace 3 probably won't be doing anything, but I imagine there'll be a bit of action between Jack 10 and Queen Jack.
I'm not sure what's going. I think the Jack 10 is betting,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
Mr. Smurf.
I think it's a continuation bet from Jack 10.
Mr. Mark Smurf.
It looks like
rates.
Glenn's going to flat,
Yeah, that's pretty
and
standard.
then Ace 3 is
enough.
obviously not going to do anything.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Yeah,
play there
I'm not
from
surprised
from
to
three
see that
guys
at all. Yeah. What's that?
Oh,
Ace
that
on the
is
turn.
ace.
Wow. Glenn just turns the stones.
So it's a bit. It's
Scary card
hard
for Mark.
hard to see what's going to happen.
Check. I think I would imagine.
Because obviously Glenn's just turned absolute nuts, and Jack 10 has a redraw.
He
to
might
try.
lead, but I don't
And I think it's just
much
gone bet
point.
folds, yeah. But
Yeah. So Glenn did lead. Yeah, I thought he might lead on that
too
turn.
many overcards, and
Yeah,
only
yeah.
only a couple of outs for the Jack 10 to hit the straight, which only would have tied in the pot.
I quite like a check there from Glenn. I think that'll be better because Mark's going to barrel a lot of his air on that ace turn. It's quite a scary card for like a 10
Well,
and the king. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Glenn. I maybe prefer a check raise there, just against Mark's general range. 'Cause he's got quite a wide range on the button. He's not going to have connected very often with that flop. He's just going to be stabbing quite a lot on the flop, and then if he's an ace, he might be thinking, oh, I'll just go for another stab on the turn.
well, like we said, Glenn and Mark Smurf have been playing.
They do have a lot of
together for a long
history,
time,
yeah,
so
so there might be something there.
there might be a couple of levels in there that we don't
Yeah.
know about.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you know, guys, we're playing for prostate cancer awareness tonight, and we have the first place prize, which is a lad's prostate. I don't know if you can see it. Lads that in prostate cancer's package, which I'll just open it and show you what we've got inside. We have a limited edition pack of Pokerstars playing cards
Very
right
nice.
there, and then we also have a Pokerstars dealer button right there,
Very nice.
and a
very
nice prostate cancer badge to show your support there, guys. Because we are playing for raise money prostate cancer tonight, so all your donations are big thank you.
I think
to
we've
all
raised
donations.
over £100.
Yeah, £100 from this, and then an
Yeah.
extra £24 from the
That's
stream.
very good.
So
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get up to 200 maybe if we're lucky. But,
it's, we had
I think we raised 130.
four
and then,
tables of 8, so
Yeah.
£5 each. So.
yeah, that's
And
alright.
then £24 for this guy, so very big help there, guys. All going to prostate
I think you might
cancer.
need to go and deal.
Oh yes, I am going to start a swap over with Simon Stevens, so Simon Stevens will be joining you any minute now, guys. I'll leave you with James Bale.
Yeah, that's fine. So it looks like 9-6 and King 7 are in here. Top pair for 9-6, King 7 with the second pair, second nut kicker. Looks like it goes bet out from Glenn 9-6 and Jacob's call the turn, and the 10 on the river. I'd imagine it's going to go check most of the time. Glenn might put out a thin value bet, but yeah, he does look like he's going to put a thin value bet out. Don't think Jacob's going to call. I think that's quite a scary river, really. Again, he's only got third pair. Oh, he just pay him off. Wow. Glenn using that image. I mean, he has got a loose image, so I don't mind the value bet there. And Jacob paid him off. Wow, good bet there from Glenn. I don't know how much he bet. I imagine it was a fairly thin value bet, and then Jacob just thought, oh, I've got a fair bit of showdown value. I'm just going to look you up, maybe getting 3 or 4 to 1. But yeah, Simon's going to be joining us here in the booth in a minute. As you can see, he's still dealing at the moment, but we're on a 10-minute delay, so that's understandable. So yeah, we're going to go to another hand here. Just in case you guys were wondering, our next time we'll be streaming will be on Tuesday night. We'll be streaming our Society live on Tuesday night. It should be quite good. We'll get quite a lot of runners. We're streaming the main feature table, obviously. So that should be from about 6:30 onwards on Tuesday, almost till about midnight. So that should be quite a good stream. As you can see here, we've got a few nice hands. We've got Ace 7 offsuit, Ace 10, and King 10. And then we've got Kings. Wow, so Kings will be getting involved. That's Glenn with Kings as well. And Glenn obviously won't get a lot of respect at the table because he's very aggressive and loose. So yeah, we'll see what the action is here. Looks like there's an open from Ace 10, is that, I think. And then Glenn, I think, has 3-bet. Yeah, and then he goes fold, fold, fold. I think the action might be on Ace 10 here. And Ace 10 is called, King 10's folded, and then 10-9 off. And I think 10-9 off is called as well. So looks like there's been a 3-bet. And then 2 callers for that 3-bet, I believe. That's what I would imagine will happen there. So I'm going to go to a flop here. Obviously, Kings, you don't necessarily love seeing a flop 3 ways, but looks like Queen high. So I don't think there's going to be much going on here. I think it'll just go check, bet, fold, fold. I mean, Ace 10 may take one off, but probably not in the 3-bet pot. I think it'll probably just be Glenn will C-bet and take it down here. It looks like he's going to do that now. Ace 10 insta-mucks, and I think 10-9 is just going to get out of the way as well. I can't see how 10-9 can call here. That's Jacob Moore with 10-9. Yes, as I predicted. Not much going on that flop. Kings are going to win a lot of, I think he's going to win a lot of the time on that kind of flop. Very nice flop for Glenn. Nice little pot as well in that 3-bet pot. So you're always nice. It's always a good flop to see when you've got Kings. So yeah, thank you for the donations, guys. It's going really well. Obviously, we've all had a good time tonight. Quite a few of the freshers have come down and seem to be enjoying themselves. And we've raised a bit of money, which is always nice. So yeah, Simon's dealing another hand here. It looks like it is, I think it's Jacob George Ellis on the button, Dan Penrice in the big blind, and Kieran Fitzharris in the, Dan Penrice in the small blind, Kieran in the big blind. So I think Kieran has aces here. Very, very nice, obviously, especially in the big blind. So there's not many other hands, really. I think it might have folded round to Glenn with King 7, is that? Yep, I think Glenn's opened with King 7. And Ace 9 is called as well, I believe. Glenn opened with Queen 9, King 7 flatted. Ace 9 also flatted, and then I think we'll see a big 3-bet from Kieran here. As you can see, yeah, big 3-bet. Don't really know if he's going to get much action. Glenn might take one off in position with Queen 9, because he likes to play post flop. He likes to see a lot of flops. So yeah, it looks like he might be calling here. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that. King 7 and Ace 9 will probably get out of the way. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it should go heads up to this flop. Yep, so we'll see if Glenn gets any trouble with his Queen 9 here. It's a kind of hand that you don't love in a 3-bet pot because it's kind of crushed quite a lot. There's no real nutty flops as such. See, it comes Queen high, so that's the kind of flop where you're going to be in a lot of trouble with Queen 9, because a lot of his range comprises of Ace Queen, King Queen, Queens, hands that have you absolutely crushed on this board. Kings. Obviously Ace King doesn't, but Kieran's obviously going to C-bet here. It's pretty standard C-bet, especially as he's got the Ace of Spades for backup. Glenn can't fold at this point, not in position. He's just going to take one off, see a turn. Let's just see if we see a turn that he can get away from, or maybe that he'll get he'll suck out on Kieran. So when he's seen another 10, again I can't see Kieran slowing down here. He might check with pot control, but I think that would be a bit weak. I think he has to keep betting here. Just hope that Glenn has a big queen, like ace queen, king queen. Now I think Glenn can get away here. I don't know if Kieran's double barreling with ace king here very often. He might call again, which I guess is okay in position. I mean, I think he can fold because I don't think Kieran's necessarily bluffing at this quite a lot. It's not a good bluffing card. But yeah, we'll see what the river brings. So it brings a 6 again. Kieran's just going to bet, I would imagine, probably around half pot, and then Glenn's obviously got a big decision to make. I wouldn't be surprised to see Glenn fold. I don't really think he can beat anything. And I don't really think Kieran's going to triple barrel with something like ace king, ace jack. And Kieran, I think, has to bet here. I think he's losing a lot of value if he doesn't bet. It looks like he bets quite big, actually, most of his stack from what I can see. And then obviously it's gone over to Glenn.
It's like
So it's a 3-bet pot.
Glenn shoved the river.
No, it's
Kieran
Kieran
shoved
shoved
the
the river, and it's obviously on Glenn. He's only really got a bluff catcher here. I mean, Kieran 3-bet pre. I don't think he's really going to be doing this. He's never doing this anything worse unless he saw ace king or ace jack.
The only thing he can have is ace king, maybe ace king of spades.
Yeah,
That plays the exact same way.
Yeah.
Then he flopped flush draw.
But
It was queen 10 of spades flop.
yeah. So he went bet call turn, and then has Glenn paid him off?
Glenn's paid him off. Shows the bad
Wow,
news.
he has, hasn't he?
Lost
Wow.
one.
I'm surprised.
Wow, who has those sexy hands? That dealer. Whoa. Maybe that
I'm
is.
surprised he paid him off there. I think he could easily get. I think he should have got away on the turn. I don't think he beats anything on the turn.
I think the call pre is pretty dubious to me.
I was saying that. Yeah, I think he gets him in a lot of trouble.
He called him position. I
Yeah, he
guess.
did. He was getting a good price, but I just don't think you're winning money very often on that flop.
The river, I think, is definitely a fold.
I think even the turn you could argue is a fold.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Kieran's flush draws might just be calling on that turn because it pairs the board. Obviously, he doesn't want to get raised off his draw.
Yeah, I think one of the player types as well, because Glenn calls a lot.
He does, yeah. And Kieran's not a big bluffer really, is he? He's quite tight, and he's going to have it more often than not there. So I think Glenn may be a bit of an optimistic call there. Obviously, he might have reason behind it, which is, I guess, understandable. They've obviously got history together. They've been playing together quite a while.
On to the next hands.
Yep.
Just going through all the seats. Seat 1, we have Kieran Fitzharris with the big stack now. He has about 23k. David Long.
Yeah.
That's quite a big pot to Kieran early. He's about 6k.
Yeah.
But Kieran hit the nut flush and checks on the river.
Yeah.
What a fish.
Because he check raised with 9.